everyone, and welcome to episode 39 of Wizard Weekly, where we bring you news and humor from around the spiral, and there's actually news this week. Some more gear has appeared in the crown shop for Wizards level 70 and higher. This gear is 12,500 crowns in the crown shop and boasts some pretty run-of-the-mill stats, but includes spell piercing, and some have extra energy or stun resist. Something that really has folks talking, though, is the newest wand to appear in the crown shop, the Crescent Axe of the Astrials. This axe has 3% spell piercing, critical strike, and critical block, and has a boost to incoming health. What really has Wizards abuzz, though, is that the wand's damage card comes from the Lunar School, which leads folks to wonder if we won't see more Astrial attacks coming in the future, if even just on wands. The new transformations have made it over from the test realms into the live realm and are available for 75 crowns or for 500 gold apiece. You can rock out as a wolf warrior or sneak around as a rat thief. There's tons of new transformations, so make sure you check them all out. If you planned on sending any of these goodies to a friend, you might want to tell them about some of the changes that are going to be made to the gifting system. Currently, you can see 25 gifts to redeem at a time, but this will be going down to 10 gifts shortly, and your buddies will have to redeem gifts that are already on their list in order to receive more in the future. If you follow Wizard 101 on Facebook, there have been some changes made to their picture posting policy. Say that 3 times fast. Recently, Facebook changed the mode by which you can post pictures, and rather than expose young witches and wizards to possible risks, KingsIsle has decided to disable picture posting on the group site until changes can be made that ensure that the picture posting process is once again secure. I'm really gonna get used to making these videos on Saturday. I really wanted to sleep in today, but Garrett Ravenfinder had the coffee a brewin', so when I got to his home deep in the hills of Grizzleheim, it was ready for me. He just finished taking care of his garden, which boasts high-ranking plants from around the spiral, and he's created it to be a terrific source of income. His pets had been let out of the house and were romping all around enjoying the fresh air and his giant fairgrounds, where he's cleverly hidden games inside the colorful tents he's put together. Some of them took him months to gather the reagents for and craft. There's a peaceful park on the other side of a babbling brook where he proudly displays some of his favorite statues and where wizards can sit and relax. If you're a stargazer, there's a tower high atop a hill behind Garrett's house where you have a front row seat to the cosmos, with enough telescopes for your friends to enjoy the stars with you. If it's a little cold out, you can wander into Garrett's home and warm up in his reading room, where he houses a small collection of his favorite books, or you can peek in on his cozy bedroom and study. Right down the main hall is his living and dining room, which is built purely for entertainment and social get-togethers. His draconic cooks work away busily in the kitchen, cooking some of the tastiest dishes you'll find in the spiral. When he's not entertaining, Garrett will head to his spirit room where he can practice his latest moves or just meditate to the sound of the roaring waterfall. When he's not practicing or meditating, he'll head to his crafting room where he'll sit and sketch out his latest invention or just add another doodle to the wall. Any balanced student knows that it's important to keep all the schools in a state of harmony, and Garrett has embodied this practice in his Balance Shrine, where the schools come together to make a harmonious image. Garrett's blending of the schools has made his home something really unique, a place where he can train, entertain, meditate, or just have a few friends over for a good time. His ability to blend the fun with the mellow has also added another aspect to his house that has made it something terrific. Alright. Oh, I can't believe I ate that entire dragon pie. It's a good time to sit down for a bit with some letters, if I can stay awake that long. Oh boy. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Alrighty. Our first question comes in from Hunter Spice, who asks, do you think we will ever be able to share houses with other wizards on a master account? Probably not. As of right now, we can't even share houses between wizards on our own account. This is to give us something to save up our gold and continue playing towards on each wizard. And it's also quite rewarding when you finally get your balance noob his balance house or firehouse or whatever house you like. You didn't just, buy it with your tune that has 6 bajillion gold and ship it off through the shared bank. That sense of accomplishment is still there. Another reason I don't think it'll happen is because your house is tied to your account, and when you're offline, your house kind of goes offline too. Obviously, it won't go automatically offline if your friends are still there, but once they've left, it becomes unavailable to them until you get online again. Houses shared across a family account would have to be tied to each and every one of the accounts on that family plan, and they would have to be available 24/7. This would require more power, maintenance, and storage, and while I don't think it's going to be a problem for KingsIsle to provide that, I think they'd rather continue working on debugging things that are popping up now. Some folks would tie their accounts into family plans just to be able to have access to houses so they wouldn't have to buy them, and this would act as a sort of an exploit, opening the doors for other exploitations. Let's say that someone had an enormous prickly bear cactus farm, and they got an idea where, hey, if anyone can walk in and decorate this thing, why can't they farm here too? They decide to sell the ability to harvest this farm for crowns, gold, or real-world currency. All of a sudden, 10 people are doing this, then 50, then 100, then 1,000, and now KingsIsle has a problem on their hands because there's a giant family there's a huge amount of family accounts where people are making real money off a game that was never designed to go that way. KingsIsle would have to restrict the ability to decorate or garden in a home to the master account holder, which wouldn't be much fun for all the other folks in there, and it would kind of defeat the purpose of having shared homes in the first place. What KingsIsle could do is create something to the effect of a clubhouse where friends or true friends could just chill out, but they wouldn't be able to decorate it really. It would just be kind of there. Will the best gear, mainly wands, ever be dropped by bosses again? Asks Alex Lifewraith. It's a tough call there, Alex. Previously we could grind out just about anything in the crown shop, but lately getting your hands on some of the items in there has become impossible. You did specifically mention some of the horde pack items in your question, and well, I don't think we'll see any of those out in the spiral. It's not out of the question that we may see new wands, like the Carver of the Astrals on a boss someday in the future. The reason KI hasn't put the horde pack items out there on the spiral is because people would stop getting the packs if they knew they could get it free off of a boss. I doubt we'll see the new outfits out there in the spiral at all. They're just too expensive in terms of crowns and stats, and KingsIsle would be wise to keep them in the crown shop. They could have done the same thing with mastery amulets. The thing there is, though, it's just one item, and it's actually easier to buy them than to farm them because their drop rate is so low. People just get them from the crown shop and KingsIsle is all set. Ultimately, it's up to KingsIsle what they do with the crown's gear. Lately, they've been on a trend where it's only available in the shop, and I think they're going to keep going down that path because it works for them. Our last question this week comes in from Justin, who wonders, do you think Wizard 101 will ever reach the 30 million player mark, and when? KingsIsle was kinda sneaky when they posted that they had 20 million wizards because they were counting multiple wizards on one account, so the lowest possible number of players they would have when they hit the 20 million wizard mark is 3,333,333.33333 repeating to infinity. It was probably higher than that, closer to the 4 million player mark, because not everyone has 6 wizards to their account, and there are a lot of accounts out there where someone said, this isn't for me, and they left, but they never deleted that one wizard or those 2 wizards on that account. And, those were counted as well. But there aren't 20 million Wizard 101 players yet. To reach the 30 million wizard mark, there would have to be a minimum of 5 million players with 6 wizards per account. And since that's not really realistic, you could probably estimate that KingsEye would need 6 million to 6,500,000 players to hit that 30,000 wizard mark. KingsIsle has grown tremendously as a company these last few years, extending their game and services to other countries, so it probably won't be too much longer until we hit the 30 million wizard mark, especially now that it's available in countries like China, which is, it's a very game-savvy country, and it's got a population of over 1 billion. It's something to the effect of 1,300,000,000 people. It's crazy. If I had to take a guess, a shot in the dark, I think maybe Wizard 101 would hit the 30 million wizard mark in about another year and a half. Alright, my friends, you have survived yet another episode of Wizard Weekly! Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Happy weekend, everyone! Some more gear has appeared in the Crown Shop for Wizards. We're back to Wizards again. Will the best gear, mainly wands, ever be dropped by bosses again? Expensive, and in terms of crowns and stats, and I need to do this again. Dear Fawny, it looks stupid when you blow out your crowns. How many do you have? Can you buy me a Raven pack?